Well, why don't we jump in since I know we've got a lot of good stuff today for everybody. I'm really excited actually because last week we talked about the first two parts of the open house strategy. So we talked a little bit about what to do before and obviously what to do during. Today, what we promised everybody was Simeon's secret sauce to what to do after.
Yeah.
So,
And just to get everybody 100% aligned, there's not too big of a secret about it, other than some very, very laser focused work
mhm.
that will make sure it gets you the results that you need.
Perfect. And my favorite part of this is I want to hear all about your 10 days of pain follow up. That's like, I'm
That's
just teasing everybody.
what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Awesome. Awesome. So, where do you want to start today? What should we do first?
I mean, we can do a quick recap
Mhm.
from last week. And again, good morning to all of our brothers and sisters coast to coast.
Mhm.
Always let us know where you're coming and dialing in from, and kind of how your last week went, because it's super important for all of us to be dialed in. But we spoke about open houses and kind of like the fact that I have seen and noticed this trend of not respecting the open house as much as you should. And I believe it's still probably either the best or second best vertical you can possibly work, because it creates that belly to belly
Mhm.
environment where somebody literally puts their hand up and says, "Hi, I'm interested in this home or a home just like it." So it just creates an instant connection that is specific to real estate, and not respecting that opportunity is a mistake.
Mhm. Yeah,
Just
I
dreaming
couldn't
about
agree more.
opportunity. So before the open house, after the open house, during the open house, I mean, we share tips and tricks, making it look good, smell good, feel good, from turning on the lights, making sure that your clients prepared the home appropriately,
Mhm.
that you were there early enough to make sure that that's the case. There's always something you can do right before, maybe they left something outside or whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
Having the home in tip-top shape is by far the best investment of time you can make for the purpose of the open house.
Mhm.
Uh, and just make sure that you're posting to your stories, posting everywhere that you're actively in it, you're in the community, and you are doing real estate.
Mhm.
So I think speaking now to what happens after the open house. So it's 3:59 p.m. Typically open house are from 2 to 4 p.m.
Mhm.
It's 3:59. What happens? Turn off the lights, pick up your signs, and do what? That's what my focus. That's where I want our focus to be today, and really, really hone in on the those 10 days of pain, like we like to call them, and take it from there.
Awesome. So, what do they do first? What do you think?
Yeah. Let me just go to my resources so I don't want to miss anything.
Sure. Yeah, of course.
Um, Well, there's a few things. There's a few things. So I think the very first part of it is really showcasing an immediate point. So day one should be either that evening of the weekend or the next business day. Depends on how you connect with your audience and how you spoke at the open house.
Mhm.
I typically like to not do it the instant of. I like to do it on the Monday typically, because it gives them an opportunity to digest the weekend,
Right.
and not so salesy, meaning like 10 minutes after they left, they got shoved with, the brochures, this, that, the other. Unless I censor, if they ask for it, it's a different story. But the
Mhm.
very first thing I do is, of course, say thank you, and give them a property recap. So whether they liked it, didn't like it, doesn't matter. I'm going to say, Sabina, thank you so much for coming by my open house. I'm very happy that I had met you, and I'm very interested in our conversation. I would,
Mhm.
like reference a few points from my notes on them. This all happens for sure in the CRM, where you can document what you're doing,
Mhm.
and you send them details on the home if they like it, but potentially similar homes if they didn't. So hopefully you picked up what they were looking for and why this one, for example, wouldn't work. Uh,
Mhm.
oh, sorry guys, my video just Give me one quick second, please. Oh, no,
Yeah,
no, it's
you
good.
went dark. We lost you.
No, it's good. But typically, I will send them the house, as I was saying, with
Mhm,
all the attachments and details on questions they may have asked or whatever. And then, of course, similar homes if they didn't.
mhm,
Um, and that's kind of where I leave that. Now, the resources that I've put together are full-blown scripts for this exact exercise, and everybody is going to be getting a copy of it later this week.
mhm.
Yeah, Jake has a question. I see.
Yeah, we're waiting for Jake. If you're there, can you type it in the chat?
Yeah, that's great.
Maybe
Uh,
keep rolling, Simeon,
yeah,
until
I'll
we.
definitely keep rolling. Day two is going to be a text. Again, do we want to overwhelm anybody? The answer is no. We
Mhm,
go with an email, a formal email of the very first day.
mhm,
Day two is a text message check-in. And it's as simple as, hey, it's Simeon with Royal LePage Signature Realty. I'm checking in to see if you were able to review my email yesterday, and if you would like me to continue on sending you some more listings. All you're looking for is engagement.
mhm,
All you're looking for is for somebody to just touch and say, hey, I'm here. I would like to know more. I would like you to train me more. I would like you to send me
mhm.
some more listings, teach me about the area, whatever the case may be. This is a good time. I also remember that you wanted a school report. I have attached a school report, whatever the case may be. But that's day two. Day four, you're calling and you're calling with purpose. And your purpose is gonna be to for sure add value. I
Mhm.
have I have some off-market things that I know of. I have some upcoming listings that may fit your needs. Do you have a few minutes to chat today or later today or tomorrow? Try to schedule that appointment to get back in front of the client. This, of course, needless to say, would stop if we, fully engaged after the text message and had a conversation.
Mhm.
This is a way to engage and convert into a live body, into somebody who is looking for your consulting services, for your sales services, for your insight to keep moving in real estate.
Mhm.
Day five, curated home list. 3 homes that you might like better than 1767 Sermontes Drive. And it's, hey, I know we met at 1767 Sermontes in Mississauga. I actually think I have found 3 beautiful homes that you might be interested in touring. Do you want me to set you up for a couple of hours this coming weekend?
Mhm.
It's that simple. Like you didn't spend, they're not your friend yet. You didn't spend a lot of time. You have
Mhm.
some information. You're just looking to add enough value with some honey. In this case, honey being you took a half hour, you searched the properties and maybe found something that they might like. Again, the only goal is for them to put up their hand to say they want to work with you.
Yeah.
Because in that case, if they're home shopping, it's a matter of time before they convert. Are you going to be there for it?
Mhm.
Day six, again, you're going um, to be texting, come off the email. Of course, always making a phone call helps. But day six, again, hey, Sabina, are you interested in seeing some homes that I'm getting early from my market? And the conversation there is simply you speak to your colleagues at the office every day. Everybody's working on something. If you're going to be making the most out of your time at the water cooler, speak real estate with your colleagues. What do you have coming? How can I give my clients an early edge that we get this thing sold in the next couple of weeks? That's how you get access to their early listings. And you simply ask, what is everybody working on? Who is working on what? I have 2 clients looking for homes in this region or in that region. But now you're texting your clients telling them so. I know I sent you a couple of listings the other day, but there's a few coming up. Do you want to get out there and take a look at some homes? And that's really and truly the where you're going with it.
Mhm.
Day seven, buyer readiness quiz. You're trying to qualify as much as you can every day. I want to ensure where you stand as a buyer in today's market. I put I have put a little quiz or I have put a questionnaire that will assess your readiness.
Mhm.
Take a look at it to make sure that you don't miss anything. I've put a little guide together that speaks to when do I speak to my bank before I put an offer in? Should I be putting an offer in without speaking to my bank first? And that's not a trick question. That is a real question that most buyers don't know. And the answer is yes, they should. They should absolutely know what their comfort level should be. And the bank typically makes that very clear based on your income and expense ratio. They pull your credit, they'll tell you that you need, X amount of dollars to pay all your bills and carry them. This
Mhm.
is as much mortgage as we can give, or as much financing as we can give. And that, of course, prepares the buyer for going to an open house, seeing a price tag of 800,000 and knowing that that's not an option for them. But a
Right.
house at 650 is. So
Mhm.
it's going to help them not waste their time, not waste your time, and of course, have a successful outcome.
Yeah.
After that, there's like day 8, day 9, and day 10. This is where we go to day 8 is a buyer roadmap where we explain what this entire process looks like. And that's simply as sharing your buyer's guide. If you
Mhm.
don't have one, you should really invest in creating one. There's a million templates out there, but making one specific to your personal brand and to your market, and not using generic things is always better. If there's one thing you want to create, if you're going to be going outbound for buyers,
Mhm.
having this guide would be very, very important. And I'm always happy to share our team's guide. So I can actually share you our branded team guide where you can look at examples of how we do it and how that might look in your market, which is a mix of generic good buyer content, because it's just buyers,
Mhm.
but with the flavor of our city and our market. So
Mhm.
I'll definitely be sharing that with you, Sabina, and you can share it with everyone.
Awesome, for sure. Let me ask you a quick question. When you
Yeah.
talked about creating a quiz, are you mostly doing just Google Forms, or what kind of a
Oh,
quiz model do you
oh, no.
use?
Just simple, simple,
Yeah.
simple, simple. Some CRMs have other integrations.
Hmm.
Like my Bold Trail, I use Inside Real Estate's Bold Trail for our team. It has many integrations like that, but
Hmm.
I'll still use a quick survey that I put together in 10 minutes, and it's literally asking them the simplest things. It just qualifies them.
Yeah.
Have you seen your bank? Yes, no, two tick boxes. If you have
Hmm.
spend, what are the ranges? So you make them comfortable and you put them
Hmm.
through an exercise, and that really works well.
Yeah, that's awesome. I figured. And yeah, the five-step buyer, the smart buyer strategy sounds like a wonderful resource that we'll make available for everybody if you share that with us. I
100%,
think great.
100%.
Yeah, that'd be
Um,
awesome.
yeah, in closing off day 9 and 10, day 9 is a personal market update. Take I don't whether whether you use BombBomb or Loom. There's a million softwares out there that can help you create a personal video that's speaking to them directly. And I'm not
Yeah.
talking about one that you send to everyone. You're addressing them by name. It's going to
Hmm.
be almost your last email to them in the 10-day period. And it's
Hmm.
Sabina. It was again so nice to meet you a couple of weeks ago. I'm right now, I'm hoping to take on 2 clients this month and
Hmm.
I'm just checking to see where you're at. If you if you like what I have below, like, and again, you can do whether it's a market update, whether it's a warm outreach for a tour or whatever, anything you have to connect with, the easiest thing is always to just give them a quick market update on that corridor that you guys met at. And you can say things like, hey guys, not sure if this is value to you, but I know we met in Meadowvale. Meadowvale is a beautiful neighborhood. And
Hmm.
here is kind of where that neighborhood is trending and what is happening right now. So that's something that can add value that stays with them and it has you on camera speaking to them, and them understanding your value proposition.
Yeah, for sure. I'm glad you're mentioning that because I don't think there's enough agents who are taking advantage of personal video. We certainly know of a lot of top agents are, but I just think in general it is so inexpensive to do and so much more personal. We're seeing, I think, slowly those numbers go up, but not as much as we'd like to
Yeah,
see.
and the open rates of video attached in the
Mhm.
email
Mhm.
is exuberantly higher. So it's not even a comparison or like, is it worth doing?
Mhm.
100% it is because your open rate will skyrocket 400 or 500%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
I
they
think
see a
that's a
video.
really
And the subject title should be my personal video to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, or personal market report for Sabina. So like it gives you a reason to open it. Like, what did this guy just send me again?
Yeah.
So it just creates a difference. And then last but not least, final day is day 10. And
Mm-hmm.
I've enjoyed staying in touch. If now is not the right time, no worries. I can keep checking in with you monthly or later this year. If you're ready sooner, just book a time that works. Put your booking link in.
Mm-hmm.
But you're giving them that last hurrah saying, hey, like obviously I haven't heard from you and you don't want to say that because it just creates awkwardness when they call you back. If there's anything that you need from me, reach out. But
Yeah.
definitely don't use guilt or anything of that nature. It typically will not pay off when we're trying to.
Really? Shame is not a good strategy.
Not a good start. And I've seen it all the time.
I'm
Like
sure
I
you
see it
have.
in my inbox all the time. But if you think about it, it actually creates a lot of emotion, which is why I'm talking about it.
Right.
So I'm sure it gets some people.
I'm
So
sure it does. I'm
yeah,
sure it does. I've seen cold email sequences that are downright rude, like
yeah,
shocking. It must work because they're awful,
yeah. So
you
so
know?
so let's not be those people. Uh,
Yeah, let's not.
let's not be those are typically products that they're selling, like whatever, but it's not cool. It's not cool.
No, I couldn't agree more. Well, so we've got your 10 days for these folks, and then I'm assuming at that point, this is when they're falling into a regular monthly touch point that you
Yeah,
set up through your marketing automation somewhere else, I'm assuming.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 100%.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I think everybody can get a sense of that. And we will be moving your 10 days of pain, although it's not really that painful. I think that we've oversold it a tiny bit. That seems pretty basic. So that's cool. I love that the way that you've designed this. So we can do that, but we'll give that to everybody as well. But I'm wondering, what do you do on the seller side now? So you've probably also had people that have either come in that are potential sellers, or even for your own seller. Is there a strategy for open house follow-ups?
For sure. So what you want to do there is you just want to make sure that your sellers know what you did and why. So basically, reporting to them same day is crucial. You're not going to wait till Monday to call back the person's house that you just showed. First and foremost, thank you for allowing me to do an open house. We had 32 people come through. The home is locked and good to go. I've wiped everything down.
Mhm.
But more importantly, it was a huge success. Or more importantly, we did not have the traffic that we wanted. So always be very, very transparent with your sellers. That's what creates good faith and support.
Mhm.
Because you could ask now, it did not. We only got 6 people through. I was expecting much higher based on the activity that I had put into it.
Mhm.
So I'm wondering if it's because the weather was bad or whatever the case. Is it okay if we book another one for next week?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let them
Awesome.
say, no, you're working too hard for me.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question? Do you have a rule of thumb at all about just how many and how often you want to be doing open houses, or is this totally property dependent? What do you think?
It is property dependent, but like you should be doing them as much as possible.
Hmm.
Meaning the only thing you're praying for is, in-person time with people who identify and resonate with the listing. They're telling you that they're in the market. They're telling you that, even as I'm a nosy neighbor, but at the end of the day, I need to know what my home is worth because maybe we'll sell next year.
Right.
Well, if that's not a lead, I don't know what is. So the nosy neighbors, the buyers, everybody who goes through an open house was driven by curiosity on seeing A, the home, and B, how you work in the home.
Yeah.
And it just gives you that ability to spend time with people in a setting that is conducive to your business.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, I can't imagine a better spot for you to be getting to know the neighbors, especially if you don't already. And if you do, then it's back to having a party and everybody shows up for coffee clutch or whatever. So there's no downside for sure.
No.
Um, in terms of one of the things that comes up a lot, and I can see there's a question here around this, is, there's always tire kickers and there's always people that are going to be unrepresented, and there's a couple of situations that flow through these open houses as well. Do you see any difference in follow-up? Like, let's say it's an unrepresented buyer, for instance. Is there a difference in follow-up from what you just described? For instance, do you want to get them to sign off first on a, like, what do you,
This sequence would be for sure to anybody who opted in.
right?
Now, they opt in automatically when they register at my open house, or else they
Mhm.
can't register. So this would go to everybody that and I mean, again, like it's always important to ask if they're represented,
Mhm.
because it is your job to do so.
Right.
Disclosures is what got all of North America in a world of hurt with buyers and sellers. All these last settlements about commissions, about this, it's all surrounding disclosures. So being always working in a world of good faith.
Mhm.
Sabina, are you working with an agent right now? Because it's actually illegal for me to give you advice if you are. I can compromise my license.
Mhm.
No, I'm not working with anybody. Then I'm happy to work with you. But if you do have an agent, let me send all this to your agent.
Yeah.
It's not a
Yeah.
problem. So there is a difference in the flow. And
Mhm.
if you don't know, by all means work this campaign. But if you do know they're unrepresented, I would do 20 days of pain, not 10. Because I know that if all I need is some time with them, I'll be able to convert them.
Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't agree more. Um, I think, these days there's certainly in the States there's more and more unrepresented buyers. We're hearing the numbers going up dramatically. So it's good that you can talk to a different strategy for these people.
Yeah,
Um,
and how important it is for us to be able to showcase our value proposition so fast.
yeah,
So
yeah, awesome. Um, so I'm curious in terms of, like, I noticed in your 10 days of pain, one of the things you do is you add value on day 3 or whatever it was with some sort of educational outreach, like maybe it's teaching them something. What do you recommend? Is there anything in particular that you think should be their top 3 ideas, perhaps? Or maybe this is a good way to loop in your partners. They can help you, maybe you touch them with something from them. What are your thoughts on that?
100%. So inviting them to your world only further cements their opinion on you.
Hmm.
So a day 3, an educational resource, how to win in today's market. Navigating the real estate market today takes strategy. Why? So the hook here has to be whether it's avoiding the top 3 mistakes in 2025, avoiding, getting sued, maximizing your mortgage. Try to get a hook that's relevant. Right now in my market, I'm in a major urban market. The market is extremely slow due to tariffs, geopolitical reasons, and all this madness. But I speak to my good friends in Edmonton, Alberta, for example. I speak to my good friends in mid markets in the US. They haven't seen this much difference because those markets aren't affected by these things. They're just a stable, regular market. So it's not like everybody's going through the exact same pain. What I'm going through here, New York is going through as well. Los Angeles is going through as well because of the affordability. $1 million mortgage is not an option for everyone. So, what challenges are there in front of us? What challenges, more importantly, are buyers facing? Because that's who we're going to invite.
Hmm.
How to qualify for a mortgage in Benedito County. Doesn't matter. You're telling people that there is a difference in your county. You're telling people that there are things that they can learn to avoid. And that ultimately creates trust and gives you yet another opportunity for them to either come to your office for a wine and cheese or attend a webinar where they're focused solely on you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that's really critical. One of the things we've talked about a lot is, at how they can position themselves as the community leadership. And now you're talking about how to do that in the open house format, which I think is really critical that everybody sort of ties those two,
Well,
two things together.
everything in your business should be tied. No matter where you meet someone, 3 days after you meet them, inviting them to your educational
Hmm.
function, you're the cool kid that's hosting the party. So it gives you always something to talk about with
Hmm.
them, meaning my inside salespeople all day long can call inviting our people to the next event because
Hmm.
there's always an event.
Yeah.
So it just gives us that. ease of talking shop at the highest level.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. So I know that we are down to the last couple of minutes here, so I just wanted to make a note for everybody. If you have any
Sure.
final questions, throw it in the chat. The next week, I know we're going to be running into a conversation about agent open houses and how to conduct one of those properly. So I think that's going to be really interesting too, because I know a lot of agents who don't do those anymore either. So it'll be really
So
curious.
again,
Mhm.
back in the day, which is actually before my day as well,
Mhm.
agents had to do open house because it was their only way to share information.
Mhm.
Real estate listings, the MLS listings used to be in a book. This was a very significant way of networking, maybe up to the early 2000s. Once technology and BBM, I don't know if you guys remember the Blackberries and all the it was QSN. There were so many, I can't remember them all. But there were so many messaging apps that then took over. People would share PDFs, email PDFs. But the agent open house gives you a different edge. And this is far more a networking opportunity and to show your top position. But it shows both agents in any given local market as well as sellers who are watching that you go above and beyond. So I'm going to have an agent open always on a Wednesday at noon. Why? Because everybody's caught up after the weekend.
Mhm.
Wednesday is probably the biggest day for agent opens during the morning. So let's call it 10:30 to 12:30. You can serve a few snacks, coffee, sushi, whatever, but you're calling out to your brothers and sisters to share your listing, treat it as their own, and put a deal together.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, let's go into the detail of all of that then next week so everybody has whatever they need to know. In
Yeah.
the meantime, guys, I'm going to get those resources out to all of you as well. So, Simeon, when you get a sec, throw me that one strategy doc and we'll get that out. And in the meantime, guys, if you need anything during the week, you know where to find us. But we're going to see you on Monday next week, hopefully. So, have your best week ever, all of you. Simeon, you too. It was nice to see you.
But let's get it. Don't take the foot off the gas. This is the time to go.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. Have a good week.
Bye. Bye.
Take care.